YouTube, Uncle Lucky here again, and welcome to another episode of Comic Book Quiznerd. You see my face. I'm trying not to cry right now. That's why I'm laughing. It's still crazy around here. Power's still out. What are you gonna do? It's still got chainsaws going off all around me. I have to keep moving around and finding the best light sources that I can get without having to go outside and freeze my ass off. So I got a couple of things I want to show you this today. Let me see here. So got a bunch of comic books that were dropped. This one, Bombshells with Harley Quinn on the front cover. This is starting to shape up to be a pretty neat storyline, the way they're doing this. I don't know how far they're going to go with Bombshells, but right now I think they kind of got a hit on their hands. Like I said, we're four or five issues in right now. You know, Harley Quinn on the front cover, that's always going to be a big draw. It's going to be picked up quick. I didn't see very many of these left on the shelf. I think this was the second to last one when I grabbed it up. It looks good. It's a neat story. If they keep this going, I think it'll be a hit for them. I really do. Next up we have, yay. Now, I haven't been into Batman really in a long time, to tell you the truth. I'm not going to lie. I used to collect Batman a lot in the 90s. I have boxes of Batman comics. But I got out of it for a long time. I really have not bought a lot of them, to tell you the truth. It's just, I don't know. I'm kind of an old school, little bit of a purist, I guess. There's just certain ways I like my stories. You know, it's okay to go out of bounds every once in a while to make it fresh and do whatever you got to do. That's why I enjoyed the relaunch of the New 52 and all the story arcs. You know, DC hit it out of the park with doing the New 52. It's amazing what they did with all of it. But then slowly but surely, I don't know if they just kind of run out of ideas or what, but the only reason I picked up any Batman lately was because of Mr. Bloom, their new villain. He looked just cool enough and different enough to kind of pull me in to what was going on. So with issue 43, I jumped in and picked up Mr. Bloom. It's different. The Mr. Bloom character is pretty damn cool. He really is. I just cannot get past Babbit. You know, they're calling him, this is like the joke right now, it's Babbit, you know, the Batman Rabbit. Whatever is going on with this suit and Commissioner Gordon, and it's just, I'm not really into it. I'm telling you the truth. I'm not into the whole Batman Rabbit suit at all, but the one thing I can say is the artist, Coolo, is amazing. This guy he's the tops. He's the cream of the crop when it comes to comic book artists right now. He really is. There's comic books that have amazing art, but stories that aren't any good. And then there's the exact reverse. There's comic books that have phenomenal stories, but the artwork's almost atrocious. Artwork is always an acquired taste. I don't down artwork, you know, for downing its sake, to tell you the truth. I'm not dumping on it. I myself am an artist, but a lot of people don't like my work. Matter of fact, more people that I've ever met, as opposed to not, are really not into my work. It's an acquired taste, and that's the way it is for everything. But when it comes to comic book art, everybody kind of has that style in the back of their head that they like. You know, when I see my Batman, I want Jim Lee doing Batman. You know, that's my go-to, my favorite stuff. You know, Coolo is an amazing artist, and he really knows how to chainsaw the trees around me. I can't get these. Oh my God, it's so loud right now. He's a really amazing artist, and he really makes it pop. He really does. You know, I'm trying to get the best light here. This is driving me crazy. Coolo's art is extraordinary. He's a phenomenal artist. Even if I don't really like the direction that Batman has gone here lately and how weird it's kind of gotten with Bruce Wayne's memory, and I'm going to try to avoid too much spoiler on it, but I mean, this is issue 46, so if you don't know by now, then, you know, if you want a spoiler episode where I'll explain everything, you guys let me know in the description below, or contact me on Twitter. You know, I can, if it's not worth your time or money, I'll explain as much as I can without completely demolishing a story for you. But if you're, you know, comic books are a different anomaly from, you know, movies and TV shows and things like that. You know, if you're watching The Walking Dead, as myself and everybody I know, and somebody says, you know, did you see what happened last night? You're gonna, if you didn't see it, you'll lose your mind and you'll get angry about it. Comic books are so much different in that format, though, because you can take 6 issues, which in real life is 6 months, to get to a story arc. That's the way comic book work, and I don't like doing spoilers, but at the same time, it's harder to talk about a comic book because everything that you can talk about in 4 issues would have been built up for 4 months. So you guys let me know in the comments below if you want. I'll do complete rundowns of stories that are out right now just to explain them, but I'll put spoiler alerts or whatever on the beginning of the videos just to save what's going on for people who haven't read them yet. But now, this is a really good one because, you know, this is a couple months behind, but I have been trying to get my hands on this issue, this particular cover, forever now. And this is, you know, I know this is a newer comic book, but everybody has something that, you know, they would classify as special in a collector's, you know, any collector's going to look at something and go, well, this is my special comic book, and this is, you know, this is just what I collect, but this is the big dog in my collection. For me right now, especially for the price that we won't talk about, but this cover to me is the mecca of amazing art, amazing color, everything. It's just so beautiful, and it took me so long to get my hands on. It's got that retro Art Deco kind of a style going on. It's so 1970s type of sci-fi. It's just beautiful. Amazing cover. Like I said, it took me forever to get my hands on this thing. Right now, I'm going to say that this is, for a newer comic book, this is so big to me in my collection. I love this. I want to see more art like this all the time, because it just, and there's nothing else you can say about it. It's just that good. To me, at least, you know, personally. It might not be everybody's cup of tea, but you can't really go wrong with some of these covers, man. It's just, I'm very, very happy that I got my hands on this one. So, that's kind of a, not really a weekly roundup, because I got some of those issues a little while back, but since I'm having problems with the light, and since I'm having problems with the sound from the chainsaws, well, let's just call it a week, shall we? Thanksgiving was wrapped up the other day. Yay, we got through Thanksgiving. Well, I didn't get through Thanksgiving because I don't have any power, so I'll catch you guys on the next episode. Have a good one.